All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Why Is My Home Not Selling? I am Nick Greer. I am a full-time residential real estate agent here in Houston, Texas. Thank you for joining me again. Now, just a reminder, not here to be mean, also not here to be nice. We're trying to give objective opinions as to what we think is going wrong. So let's just dive right in. We've got one pulled up here, 1931 Shadowdale. This is a very high fucking amount of days on market. How does this happen? So let's back up just a little bit. Home was purchased in April 22. Hot fire for this particular section. Everybody's trying to get in. Two-story home. This neighborhood in particular is full of renovated homes. I'm not going to dissect the neighborhood or why getting a two-story home in a neighborhood that is full of single-story homes and the majority of the homes being flipped and or renovated and or capturing the higher price points are single-story homes, and why the original acquisition of this particular two-story home may have already been a mistake from the get-go. I'm not going to dive into that. We're just going to dive into what happened after they put it on market and what went wrong. So this is the original home, 2022, March. You can see the original elements of the home. Off-center fireplace. None of this matters because we're going to jump into what these flippers ended up doing to it and the decisions they made. But try to kind of mentally capture this floor plan. I know I flip pretty fast. You guys can always pause these videos if you'd like. All right, cool. So this is the original home. They got it. 345, probably too high, but not crazy, but probably too high because that's what the single story ones were going for all as well during that time. So they got it, started doing work to it. And this is when they went from 549 to 470. They pended. This is a lot of small moves. This is overkill, right? I don't fully understand the strategy there. You know, every time you do a little decrease, it'll queue it up back in the apps. But, you know, if you're going from 549 to 525, that's healthy. But then to go from 2.5 to 1.5, that's 10 here. And then you look at the timeline as far as when they're making these drops. I don't know. This seems a little random and unorganized. Got a contract at 475 and yet somehow lost that contract and got back on market hella high. This is bizarre. This is mismanagement across the board. It could be coming from the seller, could be coming from the agent, could be both, could be coming from other partners involved in this. Too many cooks in the kitchen trying to make good decisions. Not going well. So, but let's just see what they did to the house. All right. You can see they did some exterior stuff already, cleaned up the landscaping. They didn't replace the driveway, but this is a pretty big driveway. So, for them, maybe that was just too much of a cost. So already, first impressions, generic, cheap selections, lipstick. So they're trying to get away with spending as little money as possible and making the highest return. Nothing wrong with that. That's like the nature of a flipper, right? But these are laminate floors. I can just tell this is not hardwood. This is not engineered wood. This is a pretty low quality. High quality in the sense of durability. But as far as appearance, aesthetic, what people want, if you're going to do a flip, this is cheap. You're going for the cheap route. Not the worst color you could have chosen, but total clash already. We got the generic gray walls, generic laminate flooring. You can see they did. So already they didn't make any structural changes that I can see. Looks like this is just a clash of styles right here. And this is honestly the most common mistake outside of design mistakes and organizational mistakes or hiring the wrong people. Obviously those mistakes get made. But if you get this far with it and you start replacing the floors, then it's about taste, selections, bringing things together, creating a cohesive product. And most people, this doesn't look horrible, right? But I could just already tell we're going to clash. They didn't change anything structurally about the kitchen, repainted the cabinets. Those are original, replaced the hardware, countertops, appliances. Definitely did some work, but no reshaping here. And to put this floor, man, as I flip along, to put this floor throughout the entire home is a huge mistake. So a bit of a clash. Styles again. And knowing that they didn't change the layout of the home at all. These older homes have very compartmentalized layouts, very dated feeling. You can use the word traditional, but it's just going to feel segregated, right? Shower looks decent, but again, as I flip along, it doesn't feel cohesive. It feels like random ideas trying to put them together. Now we're on the second level. We've got the cheap gray generic tarpet. Again, nothing wrong with trying to cut, save a little money. 3 different styles here. I mean, this is just, looks like they maybe replaced some of the drywall in the garage. Doesn't look super great. Backyard, again, they cleaned it up real nice. You can see just like little things, right? So didn't remove that, which means that's the original roof, or at least aged from the period. Looks like they didn't modify or change, or who knows if the chimney is still working. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then, of course, they throw in this digital staging, which I will save my opinion on that for another time. But right off the bat, problems with the choices that were made, the selections that were made. You can see this. There's some mismanagement here. They did some. I really don't understand how you go from here to here. But let's back up a little bit. Looks like after that contract fell through, they rented it out. So here's the other issue with that. And here's why somebody might do that. You're on market, you're struggling to sell it. Your burn rate is just, you're just burning money to hold this home, right? Depending on your interest rate, how much it's costing you to hold this property. Sometimes people go, well, it's not selling, so let's put on market to rent. That way, at least we're not burning money. We can get somebody in there. It looks like these guys did that, and then at some point decided to put it back on market. Maybe it was a short-term rental, maybe not, but it looks like they had a tenant in there while being on market. And the other issue with that is what you see online is not what you are going to experience when you get to the property. So depending on these tenants' cleanliness level, their personality, they might be part of the investment group. Who knows? But now you've got a home that's partially occupied with tenants, while on market, already struggling to sell, racking up days. Like, this is a really interesting one. Could have been price from the get-go. Probably definitely was, but mismanagement, bad selections. And as far as solutions for this person, honestly, I would have to talk to them, understand what the hell is going on, because this is going to hurt. And it's really difficult to come back from that. But at the same time, you price it right, you clean it up. Like, you can't undo the selections that they made. And if you've made it this far in the video and you think that I'm exaggerating and being nitpicky, my argument would be, then how the hell do you rack up so many days on market? This does not happen by accident. It happens because people are making huge mistakes. Till next time.